Hello and welcome back to our Lord of the Rings LCG solo progression series. And today's quest is Road to Rivendell, which is the second adventure pack in the Duero Delph cycle. A quick reminder that in this series we're playing through each quest in chronological order of the game's initial release, and we'll only be using player cards that were available at the time of this quest release. I'm calling this deck Road Warriors. Fitting name because this is indeed a war. Unlike the last quest, Redhorn Gate, we will see a lot of combat, a lot of shadow cards, and the shadow cards are difficult at times, and so we want to have Hasty Stroke, we want to have Dunedain Watcher, and we need lots of really attack and defense. We need to be able to defend multiple times with heroes, and so it's appropriate that we use Elrohir and Elladan. They're Arwen's brothers, Elrond's sons. So they'll be escorting Arwen to Rivendell in this quest. And they're kind of two sides of the same coin. Elladan is a tactics attacker. Elrohir is a leadership defender. Elrohir has this text while Elladan is in play. Elrohir gets +2 defense. Elladan gets an attack boost. And they have similar responses. Elladan readies if we want by paying a resource after being declared as an attacker. Elrohir can ready after being declared as a defender by paying a resource. Well, let's get to the quest and see how we do. It can be one that you lose despite your best efforts. So opening hand is good because I really want Gandalf initially, and I want Steward of Gondor usually. This is a good opening hand. Hasty Stroke is probably more important than Gandalf, but Gandalf would be a close second. Let's go ahead and indicate that Elrohir, his defense is 3, and Elladan's attack is 3. They're being boosted by each other. Here is along the Misty Mountains. Your party has braved the snows of the pass, but now must travel north along the Misty Mountains for league upon league as you escort Arwen to her father's house. For setup, we put Arwen Undomiel into play under the control of the first player. Here she comes. And she is the same ally we saw in Redhorn Gate. When she exhausts, we can choose one of our heroes and put a resource on that hero. If she leaves play, we lose the game. This is more pertinent in this quest. She can actually be damaged, and we can lose the game by Arwen's receiving 2 damage. Now we reveal a card and then add it to the staging area. That card is Bitter Wind. That's not so bad at all. Discard 3 resources from each hero in play, and so we don't have any resources. Side B. We have to make 20 progress to advance. This is a wild and perilous country, and it is dangerous to follow the roads. The mountains rise up on the right, impassively watching your slow trek among their foothills. Okay, so resource phase. And we want to quest just with Arwen. And we'll go ahead and put a resource on Elrohir. The reason why is if we have an enemy come out and we need to defend with Elrohir, his attack is 2. Elladan's is 3, Eleanor's is 1. That's 6. And so there's a couple of enemies like Mountain Warg or Goblin Taskmaster that if they engage us, we'd want to use Elrohir's response. He'd ready, and then that way next round we could play Steward of Gondor. So we're just questing with Arwen, and we put a resource on Elrohir. We reveal Barren Hills. Okay, so we didn't make any progress, but our threat didn't go up. We'll travel to Barren Hills. And it has this text, while Barren Hills is the active location, ignore ambush. So ambush is a keyword in this quest. We'll see enemies that have the keyword ambush, and I'll explain that when we get there. But if an enemy comes out with the word ambush, while Barren Hills is the active location, we ignore the ambush keyword. Okay, so nothing to do this round. We'll refresh and move on. Okay, so it's important to play Gandalf. He's really key to this quest. Let's play Steward of Gondor. And we want to play Gandalf and draw cards. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's play Gandalf from hand and draw 3 cards. And we will attach Born Aloft to Gandalf. It can be attached to an ally. It's got an action, discard Born Aloft from play to return attached ally to its owner's hand. All right, we're going to quest with Arwen, put in a resource token on Elrohir because I might need to use his response, and then I would like to be able to play Valiant Sacrifice whenever Gandalf leaves play. So the question is, do I want to send Gandalf on the quest? I think so. Let's make some progress. We have enough attack and defense to deal with everything except the bear, the wild bear, I think is what it's called. We reveal Goblin Spearman. We made 4 progress and cleared Barren Hills. This does not have ambush, so it wouldn't ambush this anyway. Now Goblin Spearman will attack for 2, and I'm going to defend with Elro here. I don't need to use his response because I have enough attack here to attack back. So Goblin Spearman, let me think about this. So there is a shadow card where he would make an additional attack. So let's actually ready Elro here. 2 against 3. If this attack is undefended, deal 2 additional shadow cards to this attacking enemy. So obviously he didn't get his boost because it was defended. And now I can attack with just Eladan and Eleanor and destroy Goblin Spearman. So I wasted my resource, but I have Steward of Gondor, so all's well. Refresh. During the refresh action window, I'll discard Born Aloft to bring Gandalf back to hand. When he left play, I will play Valiant Sacrifice. And the nice thing about the refresh action window is I could have, if I didn't have resources, I could have exhausted Steward of Gondor to give myself resources. But I'll play this Valiant Sacrifice and draw 2 cards. All right, a Steward of a sneak attack. So things are good. It's, you know, it's a positive opening few rounds here. We have another Born Aloft. I might think about playing Born Aloft. You know, a Gandalf from hand. Playing Born Aloft, and saving my sneak attack for when I need it. Let's play Gandalf from hand and draw 3 cards. We will attach Born Aloft to Gandalf. And we'll quest with Arwen and with Gandalf. We reveal, followed by night. When revealed, oh yeah, Arwen puts a resource on Eleanor is where I would have put it. When revealed, the first player chooses 1. Deal 1 damage to all allies in play. No thanks. We'll choose the second option. All enemies engaged with players make an immediate attack. So the word on the street, the official ruling is all can be 0, and so it's a legitimate option to choose the second option. Later on, the designers will fix this, but they had to, because of other cards, they had to decide that all meant 0, can be 0. So in some cases, things like Followed by Night became easier to deal with. Or we made 6 progress. So that's good. Forward progress is always good. Okay, we're going to refresh, and during the refresh action window, we'll discard Born Aloft. Gandalf comes back to hand. Next round. I don't particularly want to sneak attack Gandalf in, so it might be best to go ahead and play Faramir, but I need to be able to use Elrohir's action or response potentially. Thinking this through, let's go ahead and just quest with Arwen at this point. We're going to put a resource on Eleanor. And we reveal Barren Hills, so no threat increase. Let's travel to Barren Hills and refresh next round. Things are looking up. Okay, we need to play Vassal of the Windlord. There's a card called Undisturbed Bones, and Vassal of the Windlord really acts as an extra test of will that he becomes a target for Undisturbed Bones. We just want to keep Arwen from receiving damage. Okay, we want to go ahead and put a Ancient Madam onto Barren Hills. And I'm thinking it's good to, well, there could be a test of will situation. We might want to discard or cancel a treachery, so let's not play Galadrim's Greeting quite yet. And let's go ahead and play Faramir from hand. And we'll play Westroad Traveler. And we're going to sneak attack Gandalf in, drawing 3 cards. That was during questing. Now we're committing characters. We'll put a resource token on Eleanor. And we reveal Sleeping Sentry. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each exhausted character. We don't want that to. We just really want to keep Arwen from being damaged. So we're going to cancel that with Eleanor using her response. I'm wondering if I should go ahead and play Test of Will, actually. Well, actually, I'll use her response. So she's going to cancel this. Exhaust Eleanor to cancel the when revealed effects of a treachery card just revealed by the encounter deck. Then discard that card and replace it with the next card. The reason I'm doing that is I do have Faramir, who has the same attack and defense, and so I don't have to boost all these characters with Faramir. So if in combat I needed that extra bit of attack, I've got it with Faramir. Okay, so we canceled the Sleeping Sentry, and now if I need to, I can play Test of Will. We'll reveal Goblin Archer. We made 6 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. So Baron Hills leaves play, and we draw 3 cards. Now Goblin Archer, it says players cannot optionally engage Goblin Archer. And if we have range, we can. And there is in my deck a Dunedain Cache, which I want to get to because characters with range are eligible to attack Goblin Archer while it is in the staging area. And he's sort of the precursor to archery damage forced. When an enemy is revealed from the encounter deck, the first player must deal 1 damage to 1 character he controls. So we can survive for a good while with that, but we want to be careful not to overdo it. So if we needed to, we can always sneak attack Gandalf in. It's just such a shame to do that. It's much better to get the Dunedain Cache. Gandalf comes back to hand at the end of questing, and I don't have a Valiant Sacrifice. We will... Oh, and I should have boosted Faramir, knowing what was coming for 1, 2, and 3. Did I already put my progress? Yes. I should have boosted with Faramir because I knew what was revealed. I don't know why I forgot about Faramir. So boosting for 1, 2, and 3 means an additional 3 progress. Okay, cannot optionally engage Goblin Archer. Refresh next round. All right, we want to sort of protect our attachments, so I'm going to go ahead and spend 2 resources to put out these Dunedain marks and Dunedain warnings. Mark goes on Eladan, which will give him an additional attack, and then I already removed the resource. Then mark or warning goes on Elro here, boosting him to 4 defense. And then I'm going to go ahead and put out 2 Rivendell Blades onto Eladan. I still have a hasty stroke, so I'm good to go there. Let's go ahead and let's save our resources, because if an enemy came out, all I would need would be 1, unless it's the bear, but it wouldn't attack me. I'm just trying to think, do I want to go ahead and play Galadrim's Greeting? I think so. 1, 2, 3. Let's play Galadrim's Greeting. Lower my threat by 6. We'll quest, put in a resource on Eleanor to be able to pay for hasty stroke if needed. Okay, we reveal Turbulent Waters, so no enemy reveals, so Goblin Archer doesn't do any damage. We'll exhaust Faramir. 1, 2, 3. And we made 2 progress. Let's travel to Turbulent Waters. While Turbulent Waters is the active location, players cannot optionally engage enemies. Refresh next round. Let's play a Ancient Matham and attach it to Turbulent Waters. And 1, 2, 3. Let's play a Dunedain Watcher. It has a response. Discard Dunedain Watcher from play to cancel the shadow effects of a card just triggered. And so it's an additional shadow cancellation along with our hasty strokes. So, it takes a little while to get one into play, but once we have 3 copies of Dunedain Watcher, it's really just a questing character that can be boosted by Faramir and ultimately discarded if needed. It doesn't have to exhaust to discard. Let's go ahead and play another attachment. We just want all these attachments out so we can choose if a goblin, orc raider engages us. We can choose which attachments we want to discard. And we don't want to play Gandalf from hand yet. We're just going to quest. Putting the resource on Eleanor. And we reveal Black Oryx. When revealed, the first player must choose and discard an attachment from a questing character if able. No questing characters with attachments. Goblin Archer's force effect is going to fire. After an enemy is revealed from the encounter deck, the first player must deal 1 damage to 1 character he controls. Let's put it on Faramir. Now we'll boost with Faramir for 1, 2, 3, 4 willpower, which means we made 5 progress, and we cleared Turbulent Waters. We draw 3 cards because of Ancient Matham. Okay, still can't optionally engage Goblin Archer, but we can and want to optionally engage Black Oryx. Black Oryx will attack for 3. We will defend with Elro here. No reason to ready Elro here. There is a... Let's do it. Let's try to think if I want to. There is a shadow that says attacking enemy makes another attack. But if that happens, I could defend with Eleanor. So let's just save the resource on Elro here. 3 attack against 4 defense. And no shadow effect. Now we can attack for... Just with Eladan, he attacks for 4. And Rivendell Blade is going to remove the defense of Black Oryx between the 2 of them. So he just single-handedly can destroy Black Oryx. Okay, refresh. Next round, we'll advance past 1 and B on this round. Let's play Gandalf from hand. And just not really worried about Goblin Archer. Let's draw 3 cards. We have 2 hasty strokes in hand and, multiple Dunedain Watchers, so we are really set, I think, at this point. A win is inevitable. We'll also play this West Road Traveler. Actually, we don't need to. We don't really need that much willpower this round, do we? Let's hang on to the resources. We're going to quest with Arwen, put in a resource on... let's go back. Let's play another Dunedain Warning. We're going to attach that to Elro here. So he's got a defense now of 6. Okay, we will quest with Arwen, put in a resource on Elro here. And just everybody else, except Gandalf maybe. No, let's... Do I want to... No, we don't need Gandalf. We'll just quest with him. We reveal Goblin Taskmaster. I don't think I've seen the word ambush yet in the game. Here's our first ambush. We make 5 progress, but actually before resolving the quest, this is staging, we do an ambush. First of all, I do need to say that Goblin Archer puts a damage on Gandalf. And this ambush keyword, this is a big part of this quest. This is crazy. We haven't actually dealt with it yet. Ambush. After this enemy enters play, each player makes an engagement check against it. Its threat is, or engagement cost is lower than our threat, so it does engage us and has a force effect. After Goblin Taskmaster engages a player, that player deals 2 damage to 1 character he controls. We'll put it on Gandalf. And he does not contribute his willpower to the staging because he disengaged us. And so now we can exhaust Faramir if we want to and boost, but we don't even need to advance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is enough. So we'll look at Orc Outpost. Heavy rain drives you to seek shelter among the caves of the mountains. They are dry, and the fire you start seeps into your bones and restores your spirits. Your eyes are heavy when the soft clatter of falling pebbles reaches your ears. Perhaps you are not alone. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Goblin Gate and add it to the staging area. Then, if there are no active locations, Goblin Gate becomes the active location. Let's grab Goblin Gate. It looks like a big pumpkin. Here it is. It's added to the staging area, and because there isn't an active location, it is now the active location. It says while Goblin Gate is the active location, the first enemy revealed from the encounter deck each round will gain ambush. If that enemy engages the player, it makes an immediate attack. So between Goblin Gate and Goblin Archer, enemies are a little bit more potent. So they've got a little bit of fortification going here. Okay, so that's it. We can't travel anywhere. We have a active location. During the encounter phase, I can't optionally engage Goblin Archer yet. Goblin Taskmaster will attack Elro here, and I'm not going to use his resource to ready him. I'm just going to defend 2 against 6. It says add Goblin Spearman to the staging area. I don't mind that. I'd rather not use Hasty Stroke unnecessarily. So, of course, Elro here defended no problem. Now Eladan can attack and destroy Goblin Taskmaster because he's attacking for 4, and then just 1 of the Rivendell Blades got rid of his defense. Okay, we're going to refresh, and at the end of the round, Gandalf is discarded from play, and I can play at the end of a round. I can use a response. Let's play Valiant Sacrifice to draw 2 cards. Next round. Thinking things through here, we want to play Ancient Matham. What do I have in my discard pile? I want to make sure I don't play a Gandalf and then I'm done. I think I just have 1. Yeah, so I could play another Gandalf and lose a Gandalf if I needed to. Let's play Vassal of the Windlord. Just gives us an extra willpower boost with Faramir. And I don't quite yet want to play Dunedain Watcher. Let's do this though. 1, 2. Let's play both of these Dunedain marks and just get Eladan all the way up to 6 attack. So he's at 6 attack. And we will quest. Arwen will put a resource on. At this point, I think I need Elro here to have some resources to play these Dunedain Watchers. Let's put it on Elro here. All right, we will reveal Mountain Warg. Okay, so when a enemy is revealed, it gets ambush, and so we'll put that damage on Faramir again. And it says, while Goblin Gate is the active location, the first enemy revealed from the encounter deck each round gains ambush. If that enemy engages a player, it makes an immediate attack. Deal and resolve a shadow card. So it has ambush, but our threat is under 30, so it doesn't ambush, so it doesn't make the immediate attack. And I'll exhaust Faramir to boost for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And that's 4 progress. I actually just cleared Goblin Gate. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I do, I draw 3 cards. There's a sneak attack, which is perfect because I just like to deal with this enemy Mountain Warg with a sneak attack Gandalf if I can. It's just annoying to constantly have him slip back and forth between staging and engage with us. Okay, Goblin Archer is still not really bothering me too bad. So during the encounter phase, I'm going to optionally engage. Actually, I don't even need to optionally engage Mountain Warg. We will just engage during engagement checks Goblin Spearman. And we'll defend. The attack of 2, no problem. I'm not going to worry about readying Elro here. Add Goblin Spearman to the staging area. Okay, I'm not going to cancel it. And now I can attack and destroy Goblin Spearman. Refresh next round. All right, so here is the Dunedain Cache. Now I can kill Goblin Archer. Let's put Dunedain Cache onto Eladan, now he has ranged, and so he can attack and destroy Goblin Archer if we want to. Let's go ahead and play another copy of West Road Traveler here. We are going to sneak attack Gandalf in. And when we do, instead of drawing cards, we'll just destroy Mountain Warg. We're going to quest and make plenty of progress here. We'll put this resource on Elro here. We'll reveal Goblin Taskmaster, and it's going to ambush us. It says ambush. After this enemy enters play, each player makes an engagement check against it, and it does engage us because its engagement is lower than our threat. After Goblin Taskmaster engages a player, that player deals 2 damage to one character he controls. I love putting that on a sneak attack Gandalf because he's just going to come right back to play and be healed. Okay, let's boost with Faramir. Well, we don't even need to. We made 7 progress. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh yeah, also Goblin Taskmaster, because of Goblin Archer, damaged the character. And we'll put it on this Gandalf. All right, so 7 progress made, and so we have cleared Orc Outpost. And we go on to the final stage. Approaching Rivendell, orcs and other creatures have hounded you since fighting your way free of the Orc Outpost. Soon you will reach the safety of Rivendell's borders, but supplies have dwindled and you are dead weary from sleepless nights of keeping watch as dark forms shadow your camp. When revealed, reveal 1 card from the encounter deck per player and add it to the staging area. Okay, that card is going to be Ruined Road. All right. During travel, I will travel to Ruined Road, and it says, response, after you travel to Ruined Road, the first player places 2 progress tokens on it or readies a hero he controls. We'll put the 2 resources on Ruined Road. Gandalf did come back to our hand at the end of questing. And now we will see Goblin Spearmen engage us during engagement checks. They get shadow cards. And we will defend with Elro here against the Goblin Taskmaster and ready him. So this is 2 attack against 6 defense. Defending player must discard all exhausted characters he controls. Let's cancel that with a hasty stroke for sure. And now Elro here will defend against this Goblin Spearman, 2 attack against 6 defense. Defending player must discard 2 resources from each hero he controls. If I want to, I can cancel that with hasty stroke. I think I'm going to. Next round I can play another Dunedain Watcher, so I'm not worried about. I'd rather be able to just kill both of these guys. So let's cancel that with hasty stroke. And so Elro here successfully defended both. Now we're going to attack with Eladan and ready him using his response. We'll destroy Goblin Taskmaster. And now we're going to attack with Eladan. Since he has range, we're going to attack and destroy Goblin Archer, because we can attack Goblin Archer in the staging area if the character has ranged. All right, and now to get this guy, I can't quite get there. Just 2 attack is all I have. So no problem. We'll discard that shadow card and we'll refresh. I think we're going to win the quest right here. I still have a hasty stroke, so I don't need to worry about that. Let's play. I don't need another Dunedain Watcher. Let's play Gandalf from hand, and we'll attach Born Aloft to him, but we're going to draw 3 cards. And I do think we're going to make enough progress to win here. Let's go ahead and put Vassal of the Windlord in play. And during questing, just to get the win, I guess we can wait a little bit on Bofer's quest action, but I think we'll probably use it. Okay, we're going to quest with Arwen, put in a resource on Eleanor and all of our other allies, including Gandalf. And so that was committing characters. Now we stage. It's Wild Bear. it has ambush. After this enemy enters play, each player makes an engagement check against it. Its threat is higher than its engagement is higher than our threat. All right, let's go ahead and play this quest action. This is during the action window after staging. We're going to bring Beaufort into play. Quest action, spend 1 spirit resource to put Beaufort into play from your hand, exhausted and committed to a quest. If you quest successfully this phase and Beaufort is still in play, return him to your hand. So he's going to quest, and now we're going to exhaust Faramir to boost all of these characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 22 progress. 1, 2, 3. And then that would be 19. And we won the quest. Very cool. If the players defeat this stage, they have won the game, which we just did. All right, so as you can see, Gandalf between Born Aloft and Sneak Attacks, just playing Gandalf a bunch is important. You don't have to have multiple copies of Dunedain Watcher. They're powerful, but you can kind of get yourself in trouble really quick if you think you have to play Dunedain Watcher too much. We just had one. I never really felt like it was worth it to play another one. So don't just be guilty of spending resources playing Dunedain Watcher. They're more insurance in case we can't play a hasty stroke, even more than their willpower. We never used a test of will. I'm not sure that I even need 3 in this quest, but with Eleanor. But you just never know the way things can happen. You have to be careful about playing attachments and being sort of exposed to Orc Raider. I'll show you that guy and remind you about Orc Raider. We never saw it, but whenever an Orc Raider engages a player, that player discards 2 attachments he controls. At this point, it wouldn't be a problem. We have so many attachments we can choose which ones we want to discard. You could discard a Born Aloft attachment. That's an idea. Trying to think if there's anything we didn't see. We saw Sleeping Sentry, I think, as a shadow. I don't remember. I know we saw it. But this one, Orc Ambush, when revealed, all Orc enemies in the staging area engage the first player. If there are no Orc enemies in the staging area, return all Orc enemies in the encounter discard pile to the staging area if able. That can really ruin your day, so that's one of the reasons we have Eleanor. Crebain can be an issue. Let's look at our hand and see if there's anything I didn't mention. I think we saw everything else. I think we sure did. So that's it. That's the quest, and usually I win it. This is a sooner victory than usual. I usually win in about 14, 15 rounds. So this was a quicker win. We got Faramir out pretty quickly, and that helped us get willpower chugging along. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the quest, and I hope that you'll continue with me as the next quest is Watcher in the Water, a really iconic boss fight there. Again, thank you, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.